today's mainly cloudy conditions, brighter weather tomorrow will bring a medium sunburn risk, with burn times around 25 minutes. Near larger towns and busy roads, light winds overnight may allow pollution levels to reach the moderate category, and indeed these conditions will affect much of England and Wales tomorrow.
In 10 minutes on Anglia, the Road Show. Now the region's latest news and weather.
On Anglia News tonight, 3 dead in holiday crash. They were all from the same family. The sex change pilot Christina Sheffield wins £80,000 in damages. And why this car's on a virtual reality trip around Bedford. Good evening. 3 members of the same family have been killed in a road crash while on holiday in Norfolk. A father and his son and daughter died when their car collided with a coach on a notorious stretch of the A12 at Hopton near Great Yarmouth. This report from Malcolm Robertson.
The horrific scene that greeted the emergency services on the A12. Little was left of the car that collided with the coach at the Hopton junction near Great Yarmouth. Pictures taken from a helicopter emphasised the true scale of the tragedy. In the car was a family on holiday from Essex. A 35-year-old man died, along with his 13-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son. His wife survived, so too did an 8-year-old son. They were taken to the nearby James Paget Hospital at Galston. The woman suffered shock, the boy serious leg injuries. Another casualty in the car was a 9-month-old baby from another family. He's in Addenbrooke's Hospital in Cambridge with head injuries.
I would rate this one as being a reasonably serious accident by my own estimations, and I haven't been to one like this for some time.
4 student nurses were on the coach. They suffered shock and were also taken to the James Paget Hospital, ironically where they do their training. They're from University College Suffolk in Ipswich and were on their way back to the hospital when the accident happened. According to eyewitnesses, the coach was travelling towards Yarmouth when it swerved to avoid a car emerging from the junction. The coach then apparently struck another car before ploughing through some trees into a nearby garden. The driver was unhurt. The southbound carriageway was blocked as the emergency services battled to save those in the car. Firefighters used hydraulic cutting equipment to release some of the victims. The James Paget Hospital was briefly put on a full-scale emergency alert when news of the coach crash reached them. The accident happened at a notorious black spot on the A12 between Yarmouth and Lowestoft. Local residents have long campaigned for improvements. This accident will undoubtedly add weight to their arguments. The road was closed for almost 5 hours as police officers began their investigations into what caused this latest tragedy on this stretch of the A12. Malcolm Robertson, Anglia News, Hopton.
An airline pilot who changed sex from a man to a woman is to get £80,000 in damages. Christina Sheffield was awarded the money by an industrial tribunal. It decided the Luton company Airfoil was guilty of sex discrimination because it failed to shortlist her for a pilot's job with EasyJet. Charlotte Fisher has the details.
Once a high flyer, pilot Christina Sheffield is now on income support. Today she was at Bedford Industrial Tribunal for the compensation hearing against Luton-based Airfoil. In April, the tribunal found that Airfoil sexually discriminated against Miss Sheffield. They did not shortlist her for a job with EasyJet, despite her 32 years' experience in the air. Today, Miss Sheffield said she was pleased with the award of almost £80,000.
The law has been changing over the past couple of years to enable people like me to be able to, at least be able to work for a living. And that has been denied to me in the past within the United Kingdom. And now I'm hoping that, people become aware that we are people. We are people who deserve and have a place in society.
Now 52, Christina was born a boy. As Ian Sheffield, she joined the RAF, then became a commercial pilot with Britannia Airways in Luton. The problem started when Ian had a sex change and became Christina. She says suddenly airlines in Britain did not want to employ her.
Basically, it's all been agency work outside the United Kingdom.
You couldn't get anything in this country?
Not really in the airline business, no.
Miss Sheffield says this work has dried up because of adverse publicity surrounding her industrial tribunal. She says there's a boom in the airline industry and a shortage of pilots, yet she can't find work. But Airfoil told the tribunal there was no guarantee she would have got the job. This was a case of hurt feelings, and the attitude of the rest of the industry couldn't be blamed on Airfoil, they said.
An RAF pilot is recovering in hospital tonight after his plane crashed into the North Sea this afternoon. The Jaguar jet from RAF Coltishall in Norfolk came down after getting into trouble on a training mission. The pilot ejected and was picked up 40 minutes later. He's not believed to be seriously hurt. A farmer who regularly used to give food to a local animal sanctuary was given a life ban today from keeping pigs. Basil Lewis and his sons Justin and Gareth admitted 22 charges of causing unnecessary suffering. Ely magistrates heard that the pigs on their small holding of Little Thetford were diseased and emaciated. Mr. Lewis was also given a 3-month suspended jail sentence. His sons were banned from keeping pigs, and the family was ordered to pay more than £1,000 in costs. People whose homes were wrecked in the Easter flooding disaster came face to face today with the officials who had the job of protecting them. It wasn't an easy meeting, with the victims calling for compensation and the Environment Agency refusing to make any blanket apology. Sean Walsh was there.
5 months ago, and these were the scenes of flooding that devastated homes in Northampton and elsewhere in the region.
Residents Association.
This afternoon, residents' groups had the opportunity to question the Environment Agency directly at its first annual general meeting held in Peterborough.
We didn't have any direct answers to our questions, and I was absolutely disgusted.
So what do you want to see now?
Well, I'd like to see an apology to start with, and then I want the Environment Agency to come down and start maintaining and rebuilding our defences.
The agency admits its flood defences were overwhelmed, but says they have nothing to apologise about.
I don't know that we have a need for widespread apologies. I think what we need to do is to look at the lessons that we can learn from this event, improve our performance in a number of areas, and take people into our confidence and explain to them that we do our best, but there are always lessons to be learned and we can always sharpen up.
The agency has promised to meet the people of Northampton in October at a public meeting. Residents' representatives say they want compensation and are calling for resignations.
With responsibility comes accountability. The agency has responsibility for our flood defences, and somebody at the top should be accountable for what happened to 2,004 homes in Northampton.
An independent review into the handling of the floods is underway, but residents say it doesn't go far enough. They're pressing for a full public inquiry.
So tonight, many of the questions raised by flood victims are still to be addressed. That will come next month when the Environment Agency goes to Northampton to meet the flood victims face to face. Sean Walsh, Anglia News, at the Environment Agency annual meeting in Peterborough.
Officials in Bedford will soon be able to take a drive through the town without even stepping outside. That's because the County Council is creating a virtual reality version of Bedford using real pictures in a high-tech computer map. Carl Heidel explains.
This is the mini-car helping to give a giant computer view of Bedford. A special camera mounted on the roof has been taking 360-degree pictures of every street. The result will be a system like this one, allowing council staff to make a virtual reality journey through the town without ever leaving their desks.
On the planning side, you might be able to see the importance of a particular piece of open space in an environment, in a village location, for instance, in connection with a development proposal. And those are just some of the potential applications.
Staff will even be able to see what's happening underground, examining pipes superimposed on the virtual reality map. The system was developed by computer experts in Holland, who are helping to install it over here. Some site visits may still be needed, but many everyday jobs, such as planning road markings, will be done via a computer terminal.
Get a feel for the area without actually leaving the office. For instance, police departments can use it. They can actually bring up an address, they can see what it looks like, and then they can go out and do the necessary work.
The system should be up and running by next month, and may eventually go onto the internet, providing a virtual tour of Bedford for computer users across the world. Carl Heidel, Anglia News, Bedford.
Finally tonight, fire crews in King's Lynn had a job on their hands when they were called to rescue a monkey from a roof. The marmoset was a pet that had escaped through the window of a flat in Oak Circle. was running around the roof of the building when the fire crew arrived. They used a hydraulic platform to reach it, but it finally took the gentle touch of an RSPCA officer to lure the monkey into a net using some fruit. It's now been reunited with its owner. And that's all the monkey business from us this evening. We're back from 6:10 tomorrow morning with bulletins throughout the day. For now, though, from everyone on the Late Team, good night, sleep well, and take care.